to a brand new episode here on FS25 and Riverbend Springs. As you can see, the combining and the harvest continues. This is the second of the two contracts that we took out in yesterday's episode, and we'll get this done. It's not a very big field, so it won't take too long, and then we can go around, get the bales collected, get the contracts cashed in, and then we can go back to looking to see what we can do for tomorrow on the game. But yeah, hope you're having a lovely day. It's Christmas morning as I record this, and so I hope you're all having a lovely Christmas morning, and you got everything that you wanted from Father Christmas. But yeah, so for those of you wondering, why on earth's he recording on Christmas Day? I can only operate on routine, and it doesn't matter really what day of the year it is. For me to be able to sort of mentally function as I should do or want to or whatever, then I have to keep the same routines. I have to sort of do the same things at the same time every day. Otherwise, it sort of throws me, and then I end up. I don't know. I just can't. I feel like I can't cope if I don't do the same things day in, day out at the same times. Get up at the same time, go to bed at the same time. Watch the same TV programs that sort of, and play the same games in the same order. Before I go to sleep. It's pretty weird, but that's why I'm doing it. Which I don't mind. To me it is just a normal. I mean, normally other years, I'd only be sort of an hour or so away from picking up my my little boy and having him all day, so I wouldn't have then been recording. But that's not going to happen this year. As I say, his mum has, for whatever reason, stopped me from seeing him. But anyway, enough of all that rubbish. As I say, that's what we're going to get up to today on today's episode, and we need to start to get these cows fed so that we can start producing the lovely milk. I know we're not going to produce milk for a little while because if I remember correctly, I think they were calves that I put in. So we're not going to produce milk for probably a year from now. We'll start producing a little bit of milk, so we'll soon need to make sure that we've got enough feed all year round. As I say, it's kind of frustrating that I forgot to and I shouldn't say this as a farmer, but I forgot to do you know what, that said 44%. Oh, that's the I'm looking I'm looking at the harvest contract on field 65 that said 96, and I was thinking, but when I got to that corner, the tank was only sort of 40 some odd percent full. I thought I could easily make it round a second time, because obviously if it didn't feel half full on the first pass round, you can definitely make it back for the second time round. I mean, we're not going to make it back for a third time, and that's fine. But yeah, I was looking at the wrong one though. But it's actually filling today. We've actually got a fill plane now. I'm wondering whether possibly Courseplay was interfering with that, because I've taken Courseplay out now, because I mean, it's a fantastic mod. I absolutely love it, and honestly, some of the awesome things that we're going to be able to do with Courseplay, and then when like Calm's done and stuff, like maps like that come out and what have you, it's going to be absolutely awesome. But for now, Courseplay is not very stable, and the developers are quite open and honest about that. And obviously it's people trying it and people using it and then finding problems the way they get it fixed. But for myself, at this moment in time, I don't feel course play is needed. This map is sort of really tiny. I don't really feel like I need it at this moment in time. I put it in because it was like, oh, it's course play. Do you know what I mean? But using my sort of sensible head, like I say, at the moment I don't need it. When Calmsden comes out, once they get a sort of a few updates down the road, I noticed yesterday there was already an update. So once they get a few updates down the road, and then once Calmsden Farm comes out, which I'll obviously have a look at. And the only thing that puts me off from doing a series on Calmsden Farm is the fact that and I mean, Oxygen David always does a fantastic job with his maps, but for me they are sometimes a little unplayable because they are so ultra realistic. That, as I've always say with FS, any version of FS, it doesn't matter what version it is. There's a fine line between having something that's ultra realistic and then having something that's not easily playable. uh, you know and I think that's where mods and maps and everything have to be sort of taken into account. I mean, if you think back to the Vintage Oaks, which I'm still playing on, it is a nice map. It's not ultra realistic or but it's a very playable map. It's a map that I'm very much enjoying playing. Whereas Calmsden, I kind of have enjoyed it for a few days, and then it's just like, oh, that's really frustrating, or you know. And the main thing that bugs me is that, and I've not been to the area, and I know it's a real area, so that may be how that area is, but the main thing that bugs me is like little single track roads and lanes. Where I come from in sort of Lincolnshire and all around Norfolk and that, it's not really like that. There's not hedges around every single field. There's dikes around pretty much most of them, but there's not hedges around them. There's not, so like I say, it's sort of then, in terms of trying to use course play, in terms of trying to set up sort of realistic farming on there, it's quite hard because you can't have two tractors and trailers running to and from the fields because they're on single track roads and they haven't got the intelligence to move over and let the other one pass, so then it sort of becomes that you're having to do most of the donkey work, as I call it, which you don't want to be doing. Sort of at the moment on the Vintage Oaks, auto drive and course play between them do a lot of the donkey work, and I can just sort of get on with the more fun stuff, i.e. driving the combine, or the potato harvesters, or doing the drilling or whatever, and all the fetching and carrying and stuff like that, sort of auto drive and course play between them, manage it an absolute treat. Plus as well with course play, I can get certainly on the Vintage Oaks again, it's big fields and what have you, single player. Well, having sort of course play and auto drive is like having a multiplayer game, because you've got things that you've got sort of two things in the game that are very capable of going off and doing exactly what you need to do, exactly where you need them to do it, at a really good standard. So it just helps the game. So for now, I've taken course play out just because this map is small enough. The Hutan Pantai map, yeah, I don't mind it, but it's not really for me. But it's a nice map. It's a nice map, well done, that is for sure. But like I say, it's not really for me as such. But which way? We're better off going up and down, really. don't need to empty. We might even just about manage to get all of that in there. If you think that it's on 59%, we've been around twice. You know, we're not going to be taking in the same amount of crop per round now, obviously, because we're not going to be taking in the headlands. So you know, we may well get the rest of that in here. I don't know. But yeah, so as I say, we'll get this finished, get it baled, and then we'll get the grain taken to the point where it wants me to take it, and then we will get on with collecting the hay bales, collecting the straw bales, sorry, and then also as well. Well, I might leave the silage bales in the field where they are, and then move them when they're ready. Although, having said that, it isn't going to matter if we move them now, because it's not like we're selling them, so we've not got to pick them back up again, because they're obviously going to go into a feed mixer or just straight into feed troughs to feed the cows. So yeah, but as I say, the one thing I do want, once we get a little bit of money again, we should have enough money as it is now to buy at least one. I want another grass field, because that way, obviously, you know, I want to be able to not only produce silage, you know, a lot of silage. I need to produce a lot of hay as well, so that I can feed the not only make total mixed rations, but I can also feed the the beef cows. So my voice is very crackly today, so I apologise if that's coming through. I don't know why, but ever since I had the last cold and sore throat, my voice has not really ever recovered from it. It's kind of, as I say, it goes, some days it's really, really crackly, and then other days it's sort of, you know, relatively normal again, but then it goes back to being really, really crackly again. So I'm not sure quite what's going on there, but and it said contract finish. Have Giants made it so we can finish it? Yes, they have, yes. So we can now at least finish the contracts, which is good, because it's only going to be a small amount of grain that's going to finish the other contract, and the rest of it will, you know, we'll be able to sell for our own profit, which I always find really odd. But you know, what can you do? You know, if you want to make money, you get paid for the straw, you get paid for doing the contract, and you get paid for any excess crop that's left. You know, why bother farm when you can literally do everyone else's work? And as I say, you know, you can get paid for cultivating it, drilling it, you know, weeding it, spraying it, fertilizing it, combining it, any excess crop, straw. You know, it's honestly, like, you know, and I sometimes think, well, why do I bother sort of, you know, organising my own crops and fields and stuff when I could just farm your lot and I'd get paid like 5 times a year? But anyway, that's that done. So what we'll do is, as I say, we'll get on with the baling now, go on to a bit of time lapse with that, and then I'll do quite a bit of time lapse again, just because I am having sort of audio issues on this, and as I say, my throat is giving out a little bit. and then we will woo. Blimey, sorry mate. I just put a bloody combine header in your passenger seat. Gets in, looks at the combine header. The combine header goes, "All right, mate, budge up. There's not much room in here." Yeah, never mind. Anyway, let's get this back to the farm. It's nice to have used the new combine anyway. And so we've got our soybeans to harvest as well, and they're sort of primarily being grown for straw and for profit, really, because we should get quite a bit for them, and that will mean then that we can develop the farm on a little bit. Also as well, once I get this baled and the contracts cashed in, I will then move to the next month, so it'll be in July, and we'll have loads of wood to sell then as well, so that will be even better. That will be fantastic to have the wood to sell, because again, obviously that will boost our our profits and stuff. So looks as if there's already quite a bit of wood there already, so that'd be fantastic. Anyway, we'll leave the combine there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to a little bit of time lapse, and we'll get that baled. So that's finally got that finished, thank goodness. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the baler and sell the baler. I know I've still got the little John Deere to collect from there, but what I'm going to do is I'm also going to sell the John Deere, and I'm also I'm going to bring the rake back first, but I'm going to sell the John Deere. I can't get them forks out of the ground, which is annoying. I mean, you could do, because the way, if it was something like, if it was off the telehandler and there was no way that, and we didn't have much money, and we didn't want to spend any more money on pallet forks that we've already got, then the way you do it is you go into your terrain editor and you basically save the game first but you then push the ground down so as it digs a big hole, and then with super strength just lift it out and chuck it up on the surface, and then with the level function in the terrain editor, just level the ground back off again. But you have to be very careful with doing that, because if there is a slight hill within the vicinity and you don't quite notice, I don't know why the cars on this game do that. I'll tell you what, the traffic, I'm really considering turning it off, because it's made me crash twice today. I mean, when I hit the bridge, that was on me. That was on me. I was busy recording, and someone came in and and you only get this question at Christmas, and said, "Do you like Brussels?" So yes, I like Brussels. So yeah, and when I look back, I'd unfortunately crashed into the bridge. But as I've always said, keep all the mistakes in. I don't edit it out. There's no point. I'm a human being. I make mistakes like everyone else. Right. Hopefully, I didn't see one. I was really hoping there was going to be a telehandler in there, but not to worry, because what we're going to do is we're not going to do anything about anything today. In terms of, we'll take that back with us while we're here. But yeah, so next job, get the John Deere, take the rake back. I might even oh no, I can't now, can I? Because I'm going to have this on the back. Take the rake back. Oh, for goodness sake, James. There we go. Take the rake back, and then bring the John Deere, sell that, sell the pallet forks as well that are stuck in the ground, and then skip on till next month. Then hopefully there might be a telehandler in there. I mean, if there's not, then we've virtually got the money now to buy ourselves one anyway, and we're about to this manure spreader is a little bit heavy for this tractor. It's pulling it all over the place. And then we can sell the wood, and that'll definitely give us a bit of extra money as well. And then we can load some more wood in there. We'll get that done as well. And then we'll look at maybe I'm going to keep the bow wrapper, because I had a thought. We don't have to produce all that much of our own silage and stuff, because the game gives you jobs now where you just bale wrap. I'm having to dump everything in and around the farm until I get the farm built, but I'm concentrating on the animals first. So I'm thinking, having said that, there's not a great deal of room, and I don't think I'll get it there. But what I was thinking was, I don't know if this is possible yet, but this is me thinking out loud. Put in the stall here, right? As in the pig stall, and then run in the dynamic pasture all the way around the house. So that all he hears all day is pigs grunting. The smell will be horrendous. And then on the other side, and again, I don't know. It's alright, well, we're just considering how we can make your life even more miserable. And then on this side, if I can fit it in here, I don't know whether I can or whether I can't, but if I can fit it in there, have the chickens running around it. So he gets woken up. It'd be great if we had the hide anything mod, so we could hide all that, and then the chickens would definitely fit in here then, and we'd be able to hide that as well, which would be really cool. But yeah, so that's what I'm kind of thinking with that. But anyway, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to turn this tractor off. We'll put it back with the group. It's not ill, it don't need to isolate. So we'll put it back with the group, and we'll go over and get that John Deere. Right, I'll leave the flashes going because we are going to need it again. As I say, once I've got this John Deere and once I've got the rake back, I will take the John Deere and sell it, and then we will skip to next month. I've got all this wood to move as well. They look really good. I quite like how as well now the crop, like, so this is, I can't really see it now, but the headland has obviously been double drilled where I've overlapped and it goes a darker green almost. So in real life, if you were to double drill something, and this is how you would get caught out if your boss was really up on overlapping, as in they did not want you to overlap at all, because obviously it's costing them money. Where you've overlapped, it will go a really much darker green than the rest of the field, and that was how they know that you'd overlapped. I did it a couple of times when the first year I went to the second farm. I'd only drilled on the first farm once, and that farm was so couldn't be bothered, wasn't interested, like, also what, you overlapped. But when you got to the second farm, yeah, so I'd only ever drilled once, and the first autumn and the first spring drilling that I did, and you had all these really dark patches where I'd overlapped, and you could quite clearly see where I'd overlapped. Yeah, I used to get in trouble for that, so you know, that was how they would tell. I mean, there were points in the field where you couldn't help it, so like where the gauze was really tight and the drill didn't switch itself off individual quarters. I mean, the last thermostat that I used there, that's what happened. The drill would then turn itself off, shut itself off as it was going into the headland, and you know, you sort of wouldn't have any, you'd have hardly any overlap at all. But yeah, when I first sort of started, you had to sort of kind of guess it, and you know, which I used to say, I'd say, you know, that's fair enough, like on the bits where it's square and, you know, straight, but on the gauzes I can't help it, because I've got half the drill in what is the headland, and I've got the other half of the drill that's still drilling field that isn't going to be headland. But yeah, it used to kind of fall a bit on deaf ears, that one. So but yeah, I quickly learned not to do it, and I mean, it wasn't, you know, that it was like, oh, you're going to get sacked if you keep doing it. It was a case of, you know, they just said, like, if you continue to do it, we don't believe for a second you're intentionally doing it, but if you don't learn how not to do it, then you know, you'll come off drilling. And I love drilling. Drilling was, you know, is probably, I mean, ploughing, because that was my job, but the second sort of most favourite job on the farm that I really look forward to each year was drilling. I don't know why, I just absolutely love drilling. Like I say, I have no idea why. But, and it would, you know, it'd sort of go ploughing, drilling, combining, tatey harvesting. I mean, if I was driving one of the other trail potato harvesters, then yeah, potato harvesting will come higher than combining. I just absolutely loved it. I love, you know, I like combining, don't get me wrong, but yeah, those jobs were, you know, sort of fantastic jobs. Yeah, 13 grand, it's not too bad. I'm certainly not going to repair it or do nothing to it. That is for cotton picking, sure. There is no thingy in here, but if we do have to swallow the cost ourselves, what are we looking at? Okay. Yeah, not, that's all right. I'm sure we'll manage. Right, that's got that done. That's got that done, so we're going to do what I don't like doing, which is tabbing, but I'm not walking all the way back to the farm. Right, we'll skip to the next month, and then that was the thing I wanted to look at. Any tornadoes planned? Nope. I do like the tornadoes on the game. I think they're very well done. Get out of the way, Walter. For God's sake, man, do you have to stand there? Alright, we'll get into the next month. We'll see what's going on, and then we will excuse me, and then we will get some more jobs done. Get out of the way, Walter. For goodness sake, man. Haven't you got some bingo to go and play or something? Let's have a little look around. Right, I'm gonna... Oh, well, I definitely didn't grab that, but fair play. Let's turn that off while we don't need it. Otherwise we're going to end up grabbing stuff. Right, one thing I wanted to check out now. Oh, I've just turned it off, but I'll turn it back on again. But I'm not going to be doing it this way. Or actually, before I do commit to doing it that way, did we get a... Oh, bean harvester, bean harvester. That would be really helpful, but in about 2 years' time. But no, we didn't get a... oh, the John Deere crawler's gone. That's a shame. We didn't get a telehandler, so possibly going to have to buy one. But I just want to turn this on. I just want to see whether the cowbuckers... I've just want to see whether they've got a bale destroy trigger now, because if they have, that makes life a little bit easier. And I'll tell you why it makes it a little bit easier, because it means I don't have to fork out for a straw chopper. Let's just have a look. No, clearly not. No. Gonna need a straw chopper. Bummer. More money. Anyway, we do need to chop the straw. I want to put it in this barn first, just because I want to see if this is close enough to that to grab the manure. Because if it's not, then I've got to get rid of these bales from here and then put a manure pit in. But I don't want to do that. If that one is near enough to grab both, which is what I'm hoping, I should have put it here. Because it still would have, I think, been near enough to that one. Because I have kind of covered these thingies up now. I think I've left enough room here. But yeah, anyway. Still their health hasn't gone up. Now that's perplexing, because on as I say, I sort of do test everything out before I use it, because I like to... Oh, hello, mate. I like to... yeah, I have to talk to NPCs and animals and stuff. I don't know. It's a weird thing. I have to do it. But yeah, no, as I say, they creeped up, but they haven't done in this one. But anyway, we've got some silage. Okay, so the straw didn't work, but does the silage work? Because pretty certain I think it might have been Daggerwin that I saw on Hutan Pantai, and I'm sure he was just dropping his... Yes, what went in there? Food. Yeah, so straw does. So silage does go in there. That's okay. So that's odd that straw doesn't. What about if you if I can get it over the bloody fence? What about now? Can I get over the fence? Thank you. I mean, the shed quite clearly takes straw, because it does actually say it there, but... Oh, well, not to worry. Can I get it over there? Yeah, there we go. Can I get over there, please? For goodness sake. To be fair, that is quite high. Right, we'll bring this out because, as I say, I want to thingy it, but that's odd as well, isn't it? Because when they're grown up, when you put a silage bale down, one thing I do like, and it was in FS22 as well, is they all come charging into the feed area to get the silage that you've just laid down. But anyway, right, today we're going to crack on again, people. We are going to get now then, I forgot. Oh yes, sell the wood. That's what I was going to do, and that'll be the last job of the day, and also as well feed the wood into the sawmill. But we'll quickly get this wood sold. I think there's a pallet on that trailer at the moment, but we'll get that off there, and then, as I say, hopefully we'll get a telehandler at some point. Hopefully we'll... Alright, let's just take that off there. Where should we put this? Put it next to the seed drill. There we go. Oh, we need to sell the pallet forks as well. Right. I'll get this done. I'm going to switch over to some time lapse. Like I say, this is going to be the last 2 jobs of this episode, and then because I've twice had someone come in going, "You do know it's Christmas, don't you? You shouldn't be doing that. You know, you should be coming and sitting in here with me and your brothers." So, okay, I just finished this. So yeah, I've been told. So I'm going to do those. I can't find the pallet forks. That's because they're under A. That's why. Right, we'll sell them. Grand job. So I'm going to do this job, and then as I say, these 2 jobs, and then I'm going to call it so I don't get in trouble. I mean, you know, I'm only 43 years of age. Right. Right, we've got some... I don't want to be collecting these onto the trailer, you see, because it's far more efficient to take them with the bulk trailer. So we'll put them over there. Got this one in the corner as well. Put that over here. I don't want to take the wall either. English is my first language, I do promise you. Right. Let's oh, you're joking. Oh, we'll go from this side. We'll go from this end. There we go. And then if you do that and then that, it then, oh, well, usually it restacks it better, but oh. Right. If I do that, it always goes Pete Tong, doesn't it? When you think, oh, just these are 2 quick jobs, I'll get these done. Anyway, I'm going to flip over to some time lapse, and then I'm going to get these done. Otherwise, I'm going to get in trouble. So I'll see you in a minute. So there we go. That is the sawmill full again. And so this time tomorrow we'll have plenty of wood again, which is good because that brought in quite a bit of money. So I did sort of think we can now maybe think about getting a telehandler, but we'll do that in the next episode because I don't know really which one to go with. So that'll be sort of next episode, which will be a week on Saturday. So let me know in the comments what telehandler out of those ones should we go for. I would rather not have this one just because I don't like the bar down the front. So I do like a sort of traditional telehandler, but yeah, I mean, if that one is the one that gets voted for, and I'm guessing now it's going to be a bit like I'm a Celebrity. It's like, oh, he doesn't want to do the challenge. Oh, let's do him the challenge, which is fine. But yeah, so I would rather have one of these four. But yeah, why not just in the comments leave your suggestions. I'm favouring towards this one. Actually, does this one just have in? I mean, it doesn't have to be this one either, but oh yeah, we can get a trailer on that one as well. I was going to say, because this one has a 3-point linkage, so it means that we can also, you know, pull some stuff with it. Becomes like another tractor at 170 horsepower. It's the same horsepower as the John Deere 7810. So, but yeah, I was sort of kind of thinking maybe that one. But yeah, you just, I mean, that one's got a raisable cab, which will make filling the feed mixers easier. And lorries and stuff like that, you know, if we ever come to have grain stores and stuff. But anyway, as I say, leave your comments in the you leave your suggestions in the comments even, and we'll see what we do next time. But as I say, I've had a few a few polite reminders, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bid you farewell for this episode. Thanks ever so much for watching. You know, I've really enjoyed having your company on this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it too. And if you haven't done already, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And all that's left for me to say is bye for now.